Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello and welcome back to Ascension to Love with Alice. Welcome back for this weekly forecast. And if you're new to my channel, hello, thank you so much for being here. It is such an honour to be with you. We're going to be looking at the energy coming up for the week commencing Monday the 26th of October all the way through to the 1st of November. So we have got Mercury in retrograde now in the sign of Libra, I do think. We've got a full moon coming, a blue moon nonetheless, coming in, when is it? On Halloween itself, on Samhain, on the lovely 31st of October. So that is going to be a full moon in the sign of Taurus, so it'll be really interesting to find out what the dynamic is coming through there. We are very much midway through this 1010 portal, moving into the 1111 portal, so there is lots of energies coming about. We've got Scorpio, we're in Scorpio season, which is all about death and rebirth and everything like that. That's been a massive theme for many people. They are definitely feeling that Mercury retrograde and the sun now in Scorpio, so it'll be really fascinating to see what's upon us this coming week and how we can best navigate it. So and make sure that we do stay tuned as well till the end, because we've got some Starseeds specific guidance and twin flame guidance as well that comes in at the very end there. So let's get cracking. We have these 4 cards that just flew out of the deck, and what I absolutely love here is that I'm pretty sure that these have been a common theme for the past couple of weeks. So we've got nothing is yet set in stone. We've got surrender to the divine, believe in the impossible, look at that with the blue moon, and hold your vision. So let's see what's coming in here. So nothing is yet set in stone. So what's really fascinating is, you know, with Mercury being in retrograde, you know, Mercury has that shadow aspect at the start and then at the end, and then you actually have the Mercury retrograde. And you know, Mercury is all about that communication and maybe misunderstandings and things like that, right? We always kind of people tend to roll their eyes a little bit at Mercury retrograde. It gets a bit of a bad rap when really you know, it's actually a fantastic opportunity to really shift some energy that is just no longer serving you. You know, we've got a few months left of the year, a couple of months left in the year, where we are really due to see a mass amount of people awaken and their third eyes just unveil, right? We've got about 2 billion people set to be triggered into an awakening, right? And that is most likely going to be happening around now, because it is that Scorpion season, that death and rebirth. We've got that Mercury retrograde triggering them, right? It's all about communication. We've got Libra, the sign that the Mercury is in retrograde. So what I love is we've got this nothing is set in stone, and the reason why I'm tying this all in is because this is the first thing that I'm being drawn to is, you know, timelines are shifting so frequently right now. You know, time is not linear, you guys. For humans, we've made it linear, right? So that we can focus and so that we can understand things and kind of get a grasp on things. But time isn't linear, it's circular. It's like a spiral. It's, you know, it's sequential, right? So it's really fascinating because what that then means is then, you know, you've got multiple different timelines running alongside each other, right? And you know, you can tap in and tune into those. And what I'm really getting here is that that's what this card is all about. This nothing is yet set in stone, because depending on how you see what you're going through right now, I know there is a lot of contrast coming through for a lot of people, a lot of shadow energy coming forth for a lot of people right now. And you know, a lot of it is around that old structure. That's that Scorpio energy. It's that really deep stuff. So a lot of it is in love relationships. It's a lot of it is around you know, patriarchal beliefs and, you know, inner child wounding, you know, from your maternal line, your paternal line. A lot of that is coming up right now. So what they're saying straight away, you know, we've got Emerald Dragon coming in to clarify this. And you know, this is all about cosmic abundance. This is all about healing, right? This is all about letting your mind be aligned to the timeline that you actually really want to manifest through into fruition. So if you think about your day to day, and for the past couple of weeks I've been coaching a lot of people through how they start their mornings, because, you know, our mindset and our energy is really suffering. It's so important to get that leveled out and set up straight away, right? So, you know, spend 15 minutes in quiet, in silence, meditating, you know, go outside first thing before you do anything else. Just allow Mother Nature to really, you know, to really take that energy that is no longer serving and just shift it and clear it, right? And the Emerald Dragon is coming in just to remind us of that, because there is so much healing and abundance that is there for us, just around us right now, you know, literally there. You know, this is all about ascending into the fifth dimension, right? That's exactly what is happening, you know, between now and 2032, right? It's that return to the Golden Age of Atlantis, or the base of that energy, right? And this year specifically has been a massive awakening for it, and this week feels like it's very much, the point of it is very much about, okay, this is you getting ready to get ready this week. This is what this is starting off feeling like when it says nothing is yet set in stone, clarified by the Emerald Dragon, is that, you know, there is good things coming. We just have to make sure that we're preparing our mind, right? And, you know, then we move on to this card, which is surrender to the divine, that full moon. We've got a second full moon. Look at that, full moon and blue moon. Second full moon in this month. And, you know, blue moons don't happen very often, right? That's why you get the phrase, you know, once in a blue moon. And what they're saying here is we've got the surrender to the divine coming in, clarified by the Air and Water Dragon, which is very much about, you know, really rising up through that emotion. Look at that, this is that Scorpio energy once again. Really rising up through, you know, through the density of the emotion and getting up above it, you know, being able to actually tune into yourself, your own inner being, like trusting your own internal guidance system. That's what your inner being is, and the emotions that you have as a human, you know, that's very much about guiding us. It's very much about guiding us as to whether something is aligned with our inner being or whether it's misaligned, right? Whether it's causing resistance and fear-based thoughts. So when we have the surrender coming in here, that's a reminder to us to, you know, ask your angels, ask the earth, ask God, whatever, love, you know, whatever it is that you choose to call all that is, you know, that beautiful divine energy. You know, ask the divine to help you really release and just to breathe, so that you're not you know, sparking off and you know, building on a potential miscommunication from this Mercury retrograde that is still in tow. You know, it's very much about going, okay, can I see this from a bigger picture standpoint? Can I actually remove myself a little bit here? Can I actually just see that, you know, maybe there's a response or a reaction that I may not have noticed prior to now, but I'm catching myself saying something or thinking something, and I'm just thinking, actually that doesn't feel too good to think that. And it's really about catching that, you know, and this is where this intuition side comes in with this Air and Water Dragon, you know, the elementals really, really strongly. It's reminding us to ground as well. Look, we've got all these beautiful flowers blossoming and blooming here, these turbulent waters, and all these little kind of fish that are kind of like niggling at this beautiful dragon in the water here. And you know, and this dragon here is very much about, you know, expressing yourself, but doing it in a divine, graceful way, right? You know, it doesn't benefit anyone to carry on singing the same old tune, and, you know, especially if that energy is kind of dense, right? So it's really about getting out of that denser water and rising up above it and really connecting to the higher frequencies, allowing the divine to really take from you what isn't of love, right? So it's a really interesting start to the week. It doesn't feel like the energies that we've been feeling are gonna really calm down, but it feels like there may be some clarity coming through, which is really nice. That might be that Libran influence for the Mercury retrograde that we have, you know, bringing that diplomacy and that balance. So it feels like there may be a little bit of clarity coming in here, but it doesn't feel like the lessons or the contrast is done yet. It feels like it's going to continue, but you may have a different outlook on it, right? You may actually look at it with a bit more gratitude and grace than where you have been, right? Which then helps move things along, speed things along a little bit, right? Get you to the timeline that you really want. And that's why we get Believe in the Impossible, the blue moon. So let's see who's coming out to support us here for this blue moon card. Orange Dragon. This is about bringing families together, about bringing friends, communities. Look at that, we've got Golden Orange Dragon underneath. Look at that, Orange Dragon, Golden Orange Dragon. Look at that, perfect. You know, this is about the orange dragon. You know, orange is like the color of Archangel Metatron, right? You know, like golden orange. You know, it's the color of it's the color of your navel chakra. You know, it's the color between of the chakras between your solar plexus and your sacral. It's that navel chakra. It's that I am center, right? It's like your powerhouse for manifesting and oneness, right? And what I love here is like, so I'm getting a second message through as well, but you know, there's whatever you're going to go through at the start of the week is just going to help release some pent-up energy that essentially just needs to shift. Because what we've got here with this blue moon is we've got, when it says believe in the impossible, you guys, I'm being serious. Actually, we need to believe in the impossible. You know, there may be a reach out happening for you. There may be a shift in ooh, my throat chakra just got a little bit then, but there may be a shift here, you know, in understanding if you have a divine counterpart, if you are a twin flame in separation and, you know, you're waiting, or you're doing the work, I should say, you may expect, or you may receive, I should say, another, a reach out from your person. Maybe there's, when we say believe in the impossible and we're getting this energy of coming together, it's like a bridge is being built between where there may have been arguments before, where there may have been energy before that hasn't been able to shift, where there may have been a connection that has just been a bit tense and a bit tight. It's like the ropes are getting shed here. Look, this dragon's just like loosening the ropes around it, and you know, and it's crossing the bridge. It's built a bridge, right? And so that could mean great things for connecting, right? For connections with people, especially people that mean something to you deep and dear in your heart and mind. Once again, this doesn't have to be a twin flame. This could be someone that you've maybe struggled with previously. Could be a parent. Could be something like that, right? Anyway, and then we've got Hold Your Vision ending out the week, and we've got Earth and Fire Dragon. Look at all these elemental dragons coming out here. Air and water over here, earth and fire, blooming heck. Look at this. So the start of the week is very much about getting up higher and higher and higher to really rise above your problems and get out of the denseness of it all, and just, you know, connect to that intuition and just allow the flow to happen, right? And then we get coming through here at the end, we've got the Earth and Fire Dragon, whereas you're grounding it in now. You're grounding it in. You're transmuting the energy. You're clearing the ley lines. You're clearing the past memories. You know, we've got Hold Your Vision up here, and that's exactly what it is. So it's like, okay, once again, we're raising our expectations. We're shifting our expectations, and we're grounding and anchoring in our light in a different way. You know, we're rewriting the past, right? And once again, because going back to that time not being linear, that's actually a plausible thing. You know, when you change how you see something in the past, what happened in the past actually changes, you know. And that's really where the magic is lying here. And look, we've got Alpha Dragon coming in. It's divine masculine power of creation coming in here, which is very very prominent, because there's a lot of the masculine energy out there. You know, this is the rise of the divine masculine as well. You know, this is a year where the masculine is getting very clear on things. But let's have a little look, seeing what else is coming through here. What guidance do we have really for how this week is gonna go? How can we make the most of it? You know, what's gonna come up? How can we make the most of it? So let's have a little look, see here. Thank you. Look at that. Got Leap of Faith coming in. We've got Transformation. And we've got Sisterhood of the Rose. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got Protection. So it's really important, you guys, like everything is energetical, and the brighter your light shines, the more shadows it can create, right? You know, the more things that might be attracted to that light. But the thing is that if you are a sovereign being, if you are working daily with your energy, as in like if you're cord cutting, if you're chakra balancing, if you're being careful about what you allow into your environment, you know, what you're allowing, you know, if it's a television or if it's Facebook or something like that, anything that's got lower denser energies on there, if you are watching and keep, you know, watching how much influence they have, or how much you are tuning into those, then, you know, right now is a really good time to not right now is a really good time to not be tuning into Facebook. Let's be honest, it's a really good time to not be tuning into that TV show that's going to talk about something, or you know, something scary or something like that, because that energy can pour in and pour through, and that's not what you want. So we've got protection coming in here, and that's just about being sovereign with your energy, being whole with your energy, not allowing your energy to be manipulated, right? So when you do anchor in that light and you get brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, nothing else can come in to sabotage that, right? Nothing can come in to sabotage that. So, you know, soul retrievals are really powerful right now, because we're in this space of timeline jumping, you know, inner child healing, deep soul healing. They're all really powerful sessions to be doing right now, especially if you want to make the most of this 8 weeks that we've got between now and Yule. You know, and this blue moon that we've got is slap bang in the middle of the equinox and the solstice, right? It's literally a halfway mark. And it's brilliant because of the theme of it all, believing the impossible. If you want to change something, if you want something to shift a different way, you've definitely got this energy coming through, right? You know, the universe will catch you. I'm pretty sure this card came out in the last reading we did last week. You know, there's a lot of themes that are kind of elongating into this week, kind of overlapping and flowing into this week as well. You know, things are shifting and transforming on a cellular level. Look at this woman here. I don't know if you can see this card. But it's like she's got DNA strands here, and it's you know, it's like she's a priestess. She's got this priestess energy, right? You know, in a golden throne. You know, she is she's whole, she's sovereign in her energy. You know, she's balanced. You know, she's divine. She's the divine feminine, right? And you know, things are transforming and things are moving into that crystalline body. But what's more is that not only is it moving into that crystalline body, she is now, you know, she is now collaborating with fellow divine feminines that are also doing that work, right? This is a time when, you know, it's power in collaboration, co-creation, in sisterhood, you know, and I was going to say that power in numbers, but not really in the sense that that phrase has been used in the past, but more to the fact of, you know, when someone is there anchoring the light, you know, you attract others that either need the light or already have that in them, and the ones that already have that in them on a certain frequency level, on a 5D, 6D, 7D level, they will be able to see you anyway. They'll be able to see you shining so brightly, and you know, then you can start to create this community. And that's what it feels like is coming through here. It feels like, you know, you just need to take a little jump of faith here, because it's kind of like, is there anyone else actually doing this work? Is there anyone else actually on this wavelength? You know, the media and things like that are going to be pushing things out there that will want to instill fear, and you're going to take this leap of faith this week under this blue moon, under this full moon, and you're just going to go, you know what? I know that only love is real. I know fear does not exist, and I know that when love is real, there is no pain, there is no suffering, there is no, you know, misunderstandings or anything like that. So I'm going to jump for that love, and I'm going to go forward into that, right? And I'm going to allow the healing that brings through. I'm going to allow that transformation to take place. I'm going to allow that evolution to happen, and then I'm going to go and find a load of other goddesses, gods that are also doing the same thing. And that's, I know it sounds like a pretty big message for this week, but it kind of feels like it's all going to fall into place, and it's definitely going to be thanks to this beautiful blue moon. Now let's just have a little look here. So this moon is going to be in Taurus. Is there something specific coming through for that? Yeah, in a temple. And you know, it actually feels like this is saying, you know, tune into the portal of your heart, but it actually feels like the home as well. You know, it feels like that connection there. So you may feel like you want to be decluttering a little bit this week to actually create space in your home, energetical space, which is representative of the physical space that you'll be clearing. But you know, yeah, let's have a little look, see here. Dark blue galactic dragon, yeah. So this blue moon, look, it's really channeling in a lot of voices of the universe. You know, you're going to get a lot of input from the universe here, a lot of light codes coming in, right? It's going to be one of the events of the year, I think, this blue moon is. And it's funny because this moon isn't actually that close to the earth, right? It's quite far away. It's not exactly a super moon, but because it's a blue moon, it's like, you know, and yeah, and I think, is it the hunter's moon? I forget the names of them. But I really, really love this, because it's very much about, you know, this Taurian energy coming in you know, is very much about tuning into what it is that you want in that home space. I'm feeling, you know, in your hearts, you know, how it reflects around you, and especially as well with a partner, because Taurian energy is very sensual, it's very sexual, right? And it's that divine sexuality that's going to come through here if you let it, releasing old belief systems, especially with Mercury being in oh sorry, where are we at? Yeah, so Mercury's obviously going to be in Libra at this time, but you know, it's got this balance. Look at that. So we've got the Libran energy for the Mercury retrograde, and which is about that communication, and then we've got these two wonderful goddesses here, literally hand to hand, lighting up their hearts and touching fingertip to fingertip, right? So, you know, there could be very well that diplomacy, that balance, that understanding coming through, that's going to aid this, right? And look at this dragon here, just literally collecting all this stardust. It's like, it feels like we've got a little Tinkerbell here that's just coming along and sprinkling fairy dust everywhere around this full moon. So it actually feels like it's going to be much more kind of a much more positive one than where, you know, full moons have been in the past, where, you know, because full moons are all about releasing. So not that they're not positive, they're amazing, but they're all about releasing. But it feels like this one's just got that extra little bit of sparkle added to it, you know? I just want to have a little look, see who is helping. Oh, hello. Got Osiris coming out here. It's like, who's helping this week? So we've got Osiris coming out. So a lot of patriarchal healing is to be done here, you know. And we've got Lakshmi coming out. And Lady Nada. Perfect. So... So we've got Lady Nada here, which is, you know, mother, wife, sister, daughter. And look at that, we've got father, husband, brother, son. So there's a lot of parental inner child wounds that are going to be able to be healed this week, you know, with all this extra energy coming through. Your dreams are going to get vivid, you're going to feel tired, you're going to have bursts of energy, it's going to kind of be a bit of everything. You're just going to go with it, it's going to be fine, because what's going to happen here is, you know, you're going to be cognizant of the patterns that you have had before with any male energy. And anything that is out of alignment with love and in a slight distortion, you're going to be aware of and catch yourself when you're speaking in that wounding, in that ancestral wounding, and then you're going to want to change it, you're going to want to shift it out. Same with mother, wife, sister, daughter, same with this mother energy as well. You know, Lady Nada is all about that heart space. You know, she was an Atlantean high priestess, right? She was Mary Magdalene in Atlantis, and you know, and it's very much about that that deep caring, compassion, teaching. You know, there's going to be a lot of that coming in, and you know, maybe this shift here is going to come from this caring, compassionate side here, right? You know, and this is why the feminine, the divine feminine energy is helping the masculine move more into his divinity, right? And that's why we have this prosperity flow. That's where everything blossoms, right? So let's do a card for Twin Flames before we wrap this up. Let's do a card for Twin Flames. Let's do a card for Starseeds. Okay, so what's the focus for the Starseeds for this week? Let's have a little look. Self-reflection. So Starseeds, this is very much about looking within yourself, right? It's very much about looking within yourself to see how whatever you're feeling, you know about mirroring, you know about what's going on in the world, you know, and look at that, trust is on the bottom of the deck here. So Starseeds, you know that, and look, she's looking into a mirror. Starseed, you know that whatever you're feeling inside is probably being felt collectively as well, because you're like an antenna. You're like an antenna for this energy that's coming out through this star that you are now on, right? So whatever you're feeling within you, the more you work to ground that, the more you work to find the light in that situation, the more you work to transmute that, you're doing that for the rest of the planet as well, which is essentially why we're here, is to help this planet ascend. But it's also going to help give you a little bit of compassion and grace for other people as well that maybe are not as cognizant or aware as you, right? And you know, and it may feel a little bit kind of, Starseed, you may feel this energy a lot more, right? Indigo Starseed, you may feel this energy a lot more of this moon coming in, and the Scorpio sun and the you know, and the Mercury retrograde. You may feel that a little bit more, but just trust that it's all having a process and it's all building to release, right? It's all building to release. And let's just have a little look here for Twin Flames. Ooh, let's get a different deck of cards out. Just I didn't even have to shuffle the deck there, a card just flew out. But twin flames, what guidance have we got? And that's higher consciousness. So continue to connect into that inner being within you. Continue to connect in with your twin flames higher self, right? Even if you're in separation, even if you're in union, doesn't matter. Carry on connecting with your twin flames higher self, just to make sure that, you know, that connection is strong energetically, just for whatever is going to come through this week. Because twin flames, specifically, you're going to feel this energy of the masculine. You're going to feel the divine masculine, or the distortion of the masculine energy, I should say. You're going to feel that more powerfully than others might do, you know, because that's what you're here to do. You're here to alchemize the that distortion into the divine, right? So you're probably going to feel that. So it's so important to be connected into the higher consciousness, and don't project, don't externalize, right? Work with that divine feminine energy that you've mastered, right, to really help shift, really help hold the space, yeah, and allow the letting go, right? Allow the energy within both of you, because you are the clearest mirror, the most divine mirror for each other, allowing both of you to release whatever distortion of masculine energy is wanting to come forth this week, okay? So it's a really great week for releasing and surrendering, as we could figure out with this beautiful full moon. But it's nice to see it in the cards, and it's nice to see this flow of prosperity coming in at the end as well here, and all this transformation and this camaraderie, this sisterhood coming through here. You know, there's a lot of healing happening this week. There's a lot of shifting happening this week. Carry on with it, you guys. Stay grounded, stay connected to the earth, because it's coming out of all of us, right? And the earth is helping us to shift that. You know, you got the cosmic father and the earthly mother here, hand in hand, right? So that's all for me for now. I will see you next week, if not before. Do check out the Facebook page Ascensions Love with Alice, because we have different content gets posted on there. We also have a few specials as well on there. All the services are listed on the Ascension to Love. So if you are looking for a one-to-one, I will be opening the books for the end of next week and the start of the week after. For anyone that is wanting a one-to-one, some guidance, some deep soul healing, some timeline jumping, you know, ascension chakras anchoring in. If that is resonating to you, if you want to take a conversation with me, just send me an email. I'll send me a message on my Facebook page. But anyway, this is all from me. So many blessings to one and all. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Do like, subscribe, and share if this resonates. Mwah. Namaste and so many blessings. Bye for now.